All right, it's the kid, Billie Slum, and you are tuned into yet another episode of Gold Mine Mondays. And tonight's guest is a very unique guest, and I'm actually glad that we were able finally to link up. I have the lovely Miss Shea by hand in the building, so we appreciate you for coming by.
And thank you.
Yeah, no doubt. We always want to try to show love to our fellow entrepreneurs and people trying to make something happen in the community. So, fun fact about Miss Shea that I just learned. She entitles herself more of a scientist than what I consider her to be, what I thought she was. So let me not place any definitions on you. My interpretation was that you were like an herbalist.
That's in with the scientists.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm on the right.
You're on the right path.
Okay. So
absolutely.
First of all, I'm gonna let you introduce yourself formally to my audience and let them know what it is that you do.
Okay, peace and love, family. I'm Shea Butter with Embracing Gifts from Nature, Shea by Hand. And what I do is manifest pure recipes for everyday people. I would like for everyone to have access to all natural goods and what it does for the skin and hair. I would like for you all to be educated in implementing this in with your household and lifestyle.
Dope. So let me give you my story. We was talking before the camera started rolling. I've always wanted to get into like this whole natural thing, and I do some stuff that's quote unquote natural. But I think you have really the formula behind it and what the things that we should be looking for. So right off the bat, my thing was, okay, people talk about all these soaps and things that we use and how it's not good for your skin. That's not necessarily. So I'll say, okay, I'm going to try some natural soap. And of course, the first thing that pops in my mind is black soap. So I actually reached out to you, and I was supposed to, again, purchase some from you. But again, the missus ended up bringing some home. I think it was from Target, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe I shouldn't say the name of the store.
Said when you were telling me Target, she went and got some natural soap from Target.
Right. So maybe I shouldn't say the brand. I don't want to get in trouble for that. But the store or whatever. But I used it, and the first day it was pretty cool. Probably like maybe the second, third time using it, my skin started peeling, and I got really sensitive skin, So I thought. So my thought initially was like, man, maybe I should hold off on this, cause maybe, or then again, maybe I was using the wrong thing. Or tell us what we need to look for when we go to searching these products.
Well, unfortunately, with natural products, we have to learn our recipe. And then we have to see in trial and error that all natural products aren't the same. And some of them have fillers and chemicals in it.
Really?
Okay. The thing with mine, how I manifested and did my recipes, aside from myself, because from as long as I can remember, people ask what I put on my skin and what I use. And I always share, but I realized that people really didn't want to do these things themselves. They want to just go and get
the product.
So what I did
That's
was...
me.
That
That's me. Don't give me the formula. Just tell me what to go get.
Well, I'll be that person. But what I had to do from personal experiences, like I've always used natural goods since middle school or whatever. My parents exposed us to that. But trying even raw black soap, me doing that, it dried my skin. Just the raw soap, it dried my skin, and it deterred me from using it.
Same experience.
And so I was just like, okay, if I can do this black soap and it doesn't dry my skin, and I get the benefits of the black soap, I'll be very happy. And so that's when I manifested my butter black soaps. I call them butter black soaps. Raw African black soap cannot be made in America because we don't have everything that it goes in. Like plantain. They put plantain in raw African black soap. We don't have plantain trees like that in the States. So what I do is implement that pure product into my base. And what I found is that it's not drying. People see results in 2 to 3 days. And so what I do is put essential oils because I don't want to get into chemicals, colors, or anything like that.
Right.
But me doing this is my 3rd year. I have to pay attention to the consumer. Right. And they like to smell good regardless of having a natural product. They want to smell good. Absolutely. And so I have some fragrances, but I tell people this is fragrant, this is essential oil. So it's on you if you want to smell good or if you just want your skin to be healed and naturally radiate, and you put your regular perfume, oil, or whatever fragrance that you put on.
Right.
So a lot of people magnetize to my Butter Black soap because of that reason. They say that it's actually universal. I did a video showing me washing my hair. This is the product,
people. This is the product right here.
I did a video showing me washing my hair with the Butter Black soap to show its versatility, to show its lather also. Right. And a lot of people just love how clean and unclogged they feel. And people see a difference in their skin. Shamonte is one. His mom tell me all the time, she came and got some more butter. And repeat customers are just so beautiful because it just extra affirm and confirm what you're doing.
Right, right.
And so aside from Shamonte, even like sisters, I just came from a surprise birthday party, and one of my sister-in-laws was like, I noticed how her skin was just radiant. I was like, what the heck are you using? My sister stuff. And so, that was word of mouth, results. So I pay attention, and in me paying attention and traveling about and listening to people, I compile recipes.
Okay. So I want to go back to something you mentioned earlier. You said you've been using natural products as far back as you can remember because your parents introduced it. Yes. So that's like a family tradition.
Well, this is the funny thing. It was kind of like they did that, but they didn't like grow herbs or anything like that. They had a green thumb. They had flowers and such like that, but they weren't so herbologists. They weren't like a Queen of Food or Dr. Sabi raising us. Okay. But aside from a lot of medicines and such, they were like, okay, you're going to do these herbs. I started taking red clover when I was in the 7th grade. My parents, especially my dad, he didn't want us to have acne. He wanted us to skip that stage of acne and then have acne. But what I learned was red clover is a blood purifier, and it promotes healthy skin, hair, and nails. And then even in that, during this hyphenated period of now and then, I came across so many people that use red clover to confirm how much of an awesome herb it is, and that people need to know about it. I've met 92-year-old woman coming from Willow Tree around the corner who did not go through chemotherapy for her cancer. This lady told us, my brother and I, that she took red clover, and we both looked at each other and smiled because we've been ingesting red clover for a long time. And that was one thing I did. My line is not going to be confined to skin and hair care products. It's going to be herbs. It's going to be everything. So, and you compiling all this information. Again, I want to go back to your upbringing. Was it your parents that said, "Hey, maybe this is what you need to do"? Or no, we had Devos. Both of them were Leos, so it was like, "This is what you're going to do." Right. There's no option.
So
there's no option.
So that sparked your journey into turning it into a business.
It is. Well, it took a tragedy for that to happen. Okay. And for that tragedy, it was my dad transitioning. And so I just had in my head, he called me his boy. So he was like, boy, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do, boy? And before he transitioned, I was cooking. Now, initially, when I was cooking and running food, I wanted to do vegan and vegetarian food. I wanted to expose people to another lifestyle and optional food.
Right.
All right. So that wasn't making me any money. So I had to go back to collard greens and chicken wings and stuff. Okay. And so when my dad got sick, I was like, okay, I really wasn't feeling that. So after he transitioned, I woke up and I looked myself in the mirror and I was like, you got all this money inside of you. You got all these talents and skills inside of you. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? What are you going to do to take care of Sage, my 11-year-old? What are you going to do to take care of yourself? What are you going to do to... Only thing I want to do is travel the world and shop. Look, that's all I want to do.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, money. So the thought of people asking me what I put on my daughter hair, what I put on my skin, what I use. And I was like, okay, I'm going to start these recipes. And so what I started was with this butter and a soap. And the majority of the people don't bathe. They shower. So I had to push this soap to make people like, I need to do this soap. And it is important in cleaning and maintaining healthy skin to detoxify your skin. So in that, I had to educate and push both of these products. And now we have various recipes without a startup fund, without not to propagate that it's good to start stuff unprepared. But propagating, if you have something within you, you just move on what you have and everything you need will come to you.
I wholeheartedly believe that. I agree with you 100%.
Will come to you. So you work with what you have.
Right.
So that's what I did. I'm working with what I have.
Right on. So when people come to you and say, hey, Shea, I just want to, I don't know, I want to smell good. What's your reply? How do you approach that situation?
Well, with the smell good, you have to have skin. You have to have clean skin, and with that clean palate, you can put anything on you, and the smell will insinuate. Okay. So you could put some. The thing was, with people telling me that, they got to tell me a little bit more.
Okay.
And so with people telling me, and with the handful of people that already knew me and knew that I was knowledgeable in this, I had to show and prove. And then that showing and proving, and people like, oh yes. And so I do more stuff for people to validate that I am the person to do this. I know what I'm talking about. I know how to mix stuff, and I just share information with them.
Okay. So it's more of a quick tutorial, just depending on what the customer is looking for.
I talk too much, but I have to know. I do, and it's like a consultation with every sale.
It's ironic that you say that because you from what you discussed off camera, you're more of a introverted type of personality.
Yes.
So I can relate because doing music. I'm on the music side, of course. Yours is a totally different field, but being a musician and want to be involved in music, you would think that you're like the life of the party and you like to go out and just introduce yourself to people. So currently, how are you marketing the product? So being that again, I guess with you being such a private person, introverted personality. How do you go about saying, hey, check me out?
I know, right?
Other than Gold My Money, shout out Gold My Money. Hey, shout out to Banged Out Radio Show. Shout out Unpopular Media.
Peace.
Shout out to good folks at Reboot for allowing us to
Indeed. Peace.
to film here.
Indeed. And everybody in that group, they're introverts. So how do we do? So when people say your past help you for what your purpose, my past helped me with my purpose. I had previous jobs that had me outside of the box. I did telemarketing where I was calling people. A lot of Macon Knights know about Uniway. So I was actually successful in getting people to say, yes, send me the key. I'm going to come into the showroom. And then they become a member. I was a licensed insurance agent where I had to cold call, and when I needed money, I go knock on somebody's door. So I took those things and aspects to apply to my own business.
Right on. So all the stuff that you didn't necessarily want to do kind of prepped you for what you're doing now. Okay,
absolutely. Everything that I did before prepped me up to what I'm doing now.
I can dig it.
And so that took me out of the box, and I presented this. I knew that I'm an introvert, but fortunately, when we go out, we're like the flame, the moth to the flame, because they don't see us out all the time.
Right.
And so it's just like, what you been up to? You know, how can I connect with you? What's good with you?
Right.
So I always have that and carry myself accordingly. So it's just that I want these out. This is my purpose. This is what I'm doing. So all of that indifference, insecurities, all of that is out the door.
I got you.
And I am constantly outside of my box.
I can dig it.
Yes.
So for right now, what's your top selling product?
My top selling products are my butters and soap. That's my top seller. What I tell people, unfortunately, people like to limit things, and I'm not mad at them, because when you go to the store, it's like, okay, here's hair grease, here's gel, here's shampoo, and we think that you could just use that product for that one thing. But with natural products, I mean, you could cook with the majority of my stuff except for my soap. You can cook with this stuff.
But see, that's the thing. Most people are uneducated, so I guess that is a void that you have to fill as far as educated people, especially like myself. So, not to make the whole thing about me, but I told you about the experience with the black soap breaking my skin out. All right, so I also suffer with alopecia. My oldest daughter does too. So I need some schooling on that, because some people say, it's just male pattern baldness. It's not. My hair is thick some months it'll be patchy. You got something for me?
I sure do. You and your baby.
And my daughter's going through the same thing. So
you and your baby.
Okay.
And so I have okay, I'm gonna let you finish.
No, I'm just saying, these are things that we need to be educated on, because it started for me about 15, and my mom took me to the dermatologist, and I would get like sores in my scalp. So basically what they did, they said, well, you need to use this medicated shampoo. And then I had this big bump in my head, and this guy took a needle and stuck in it and just, like, I guess, drained the pus out of it. And it was okay for a while. And then, every now and then it'll come back. So for right now, I've been trying to use like the coconut oils and stuff like that. So it's good. It's ironic that we were doing this, because it's something that I actually need education on, not only for myself but for my oldest child as well. So explain to me this product and what it's gonna do for me.
Okay, so I gave.
And men, don't be ashamed to say this stuff, man. I just keep my hair cut low. I'm not going bald.
People might tell me some very TMI stuff. Okay.
Well, no, it's just my scalp. I keep my hair cut real low.
That, like, I have this such and such in a awkward place, and I'm like,
oh no, what?
Okay, so I'm looking, because I can't play poker, so I'm processing it, and I was like, okay. So what I gave Billy was my top seller. One of my top seller is frankincense, bergamot, and myrrh. Now, I recently combined frankincense and myrrh soap with my O-Butter soap. Those are my most impactful for eczema, psoriasis, any kind of skin disorder. And when I was researching this stuff, I was just like, why we don't have frankincense and myrrh in our products? Now, unfortunately, when you go to the dermatologist, the majority of the things are for non-melanated skin, for albino route.
That's true.
Okay, so when they do that, they're giving you a cortisone and a steroid to suppress the symptoms that you are experiencing. And what I want to educate you on, and I do free workshops. I'm like, you better get the free workshops before they start paying me $1,200 plus for this information that I'm giving.
All right.
But I do these free workshops to give you fuel on things that you shouldn't eat, that's going to give you inflammation, that's going to flare up these symptoms, and then foods that will help just dissolve the source problem.
Right.
So I attack the source.
So I think it's good because like I said, most men, they get, when it comes to their hair, they get sensitive.
Yeah, they do.
You know, and I don't have any shame about it because, you know, if I had to go Tupac, I'm just gonna go Tupac. You know what I mean? So, but
I have some things that I'm not able to come out with yet until I have my startup fund. But one of those is to address the fungi that is on men's hair that cause them to become bald. And it comes in sporadic spots around all along the head. And I have this recipe that'll just knock that out and will grow that.
oh wow, that's crazy. Okay, well hey, men, if you watching, don't be ashamed. I admitted it first. You know, it's not male pattern baldness. Most men, it's gonna be either right here, it's gonna be in the crown of your head. Am I right?
Yes.
So
yes.
mine is it could be on the side of my head 1 month, it'll go away and get back thick, or it could be like a little patch right here. You know, so to combat it, I just cut it real low and just keep it moving.
And my brother, he was until he did that. He was going through that until he did that.
Really?
And then the job that he has is quite stressful, you know.
But see, this started from my teenage years. I had very thick curly hair.
See,
You know what I mean?
he's was like mid 30s. However, baldness is prevalent on the Tobler side, but he's not suffering from baldness.
Yeah, the doctor told me it wasn't, you know, male pattern baldness, or I guess a typical what they would call male pattern baldness. It's just
So it wasn't alopecia, it was like a fungi. And so a lot of stuff that I come across with, it's a challenge, and I love challenges. So I just kind of manifest things to dissolve it.
So I said that, so for you men, especially young men, I know younger guys, you know, real young that are, you know, actually have had to go all the way bald because of, you know.
And a lot of them, they're quiet, they're not going to say anything, so they cut their hair off.
I'm not ashamed about it.
So I'm like, you don't have to cut your hair off. You can, you know, you could be like the lady who was wearing the lace wigs or the sew-ins and don't have any edges anymore, and you can heal that still. You could grow that back. You can grow that back.
Wow. Well, that's educational, man. That's very dope. Hey, so we having school here tonight. So
Right.
yeah, man. Where can you typically be found? Are you is it online orders, or is it just mostly, you know, you have I know you set up on certain spots ever so often, but what's the best way for people to learn about the product or purchase the product?
Okay, to learn, disclaimer. Remember that I did not start like normal people. No job, no save up money. So I'm just getting some money and getting some products together. How you can get in contact with me is mainly through Facebook.
Okay. So you want to plug
Mainly through Facebook. I have a product page entitled Embracing Gifts from Nature, Shea by Hand. I know that it's long, but that's the title.
Repeat it for one more time for the people with short attention spans.
Embracing Gifts from Nature, Shea by Hand, Jackie Brown.
Right on.
You can go on there. I do workshops. I have video tutorials. I share information all the time about various herbs and such that you can implement into. You can get a bottle of essential oil and put into your favorite shampoo bottle. You know, I'm trying to liberate people that they don't give these people the power to tell them what they can put on their skin if they know what they're supposed to put on their skin and hair anyway.
So let me ask you this. The everyday products that we use, whether it be the shampoo,
it can help break down your dermal. It helps break down your dermal, your skin. The petroleum. How can you process gas to put on your skin and hair? How do you process gas, people, to put on your skin and hair? Petroleum. I just don't understand that. And nothing against Baby Magic. It smells very good. I have an older sister that used that for over 30 years. And now she used mama stuff. Now she used my stuff.
Okay.
But petroleum isn't good to put on anything. So it's just like
Teach
you
us,
have to
teach
pay
us.
attention to the words.
You gotta teach us.
We
Yeah.
have to pay attention to the ingredients.
Yeah. Actually, the average person not gonna read the ingredients.
No, the average
and
person
the average person is gonna use
can't read.
what grandmama used and what grandmama's
If
grandmama
grandmama's
used.
around.
Yeah.
Because we have to look at the dichotomy of our family and the society right now.
Right.
So I mean, it's not like how when we grew up. You know what I'm saying? A lot of kids today doesn't reverence their grandmother like that.
That's true.
And the grandmama is not using a lot of the stuff, but we do have to educate ourselves on what we put on our skin and hair. We have to. And when we get that spiritual word, you have to make sure that what you ingesting, what you put on your body is the same, what you listen to is the same. It's a whole balance. It's a holistic lifestyle.
I can dig it. So I've always also heard that coconut oil is good for skin.
That's beautiful. Coconut oil
so that's what I've been using
awesome.
lately, and I've been noticing the difference. So maybe I got to implement this the butter black soap as well.
So what I always think of cracking and amping things up and making it better. So shea butter alone takes about 6 months to a year to remove a scar when you use it all the time. But if you enrich it with other things that remove scars, like emu oil, I found that emu oil removes surgical scars by applying it to my dad. He had brain tumors removed and had a surgical scar on his head.
Right.
I put that emu oil on it.
Daily.
It was gone.
Oh, wow.
I had a mishap on my chin and I started, but I was like, okay, I left it to be an imperfection because I'm like, I have flawless skin. Thank you, Father.
Right on.
But
Melanin
I would like
popping.
to have an imperfection, so I left my mark on my chin where I fell and needed stitches. So I refused to put a emu oil on that, but I can clear it if I want.
So it's all
there's
about basically
a lot of
educating
stuff.
yourself.
Yes.
So people, we're gonna have to and direct y'all to see Miss Shea.
Yes.
She
I
may
pop
not.
up around Macon.
Yeah, she may not be able to handle the traffic that we're gonna send her, but we're gonna send it to her anyway because we want her business to flourish.
I appreciate
and we
that.
want our people to be also educated. And, such as myself, these are questions that I try to Google, but now she's giving me the breakdown of why. Certain things work for me and certain things don't. So I definitely.
And then, like with herbs, when we ingest herbs, it's the same as when we put on our bodies. Your body get used to it, so it's a 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off. When you're doing any kind of herb, saying you're like doing a dewormer, no more than 2 weeks.
Hello, let's explain that. You flew past that real quick. A dewormer.
Yeah, I just gave an example. My baby and I just, with a cleansing process, twice a year I deworm both of us because the foods and stuff that we do, even lettuce and greens and stuff, have parasites. So we would have to cleanse. And when people tell me that they want to detox, they look at me crazy when I was like, okay, what are you trying to detox? Are you doing a total body detox? Are you doing a liver detox? What type of detox are you wanting to do?
You make me feel bad for
So they
ingesting
don't-
alcohol while I'm talking to you.
Because I did that before.
Okay, all right. I don't feel bad then.
Cheers. And that's very good in killing parasites. But, I just want people to know exactly what they want, what their aspiring results and stuff are, so they'll know how to articulate it outside of me when they go to a health food store or whatever. So you have to be very, it's so many things. This whole world is a pharmaceutical residence for us. Everything on this planet we can use for our benefit.
So what's your thought about the I want to take you into if you want to stay PC on this, that's fine. But
No,
what's
not
your,
politically correct.
Okay, cool. So what's your thought on the current pharmaceutical industry?
The allopathic medicine is very sick. It was never originated to heal anyone. And what we have to do is you got to go back to when doctors manifested, when doctors came about. And so when doctors came about, I'm old, I'm 41. So I remember stories where they were referred to as quacks. And so what they had to do was make the doctors relevant in society. And they wanted to do away with the big mamas and the herbal doctors.
Yeah, the heads of the tribe.
They did not get rid of the chiropractor because that's not allopathic. That's real medicinal there. So they got rid of a whole lot of stuff to produce this money cow. So they give you medicines. I mean, okay, check out allopathic medicines. Mm-hmm. Allopathic medicines are knockoff herbs. You have kids in Harvard, Yale, going to Africa, finding out how the herbs work, and then you come here to manifest a chemical knockoff for it.
Wow.
Does that make any sense?
See, we don't. Then the average person doesn't think about that type of stuff.
No, they don't.
And tell the people what your background is for the people who thinking that okay, she just talking off the top of her head. Tell them what your background is.
Valdosta State University, double major, BS in biology and chemistry.
That's deep.
I was inspired to be a microbiologist when I went to school, but my sophomore, I was like, I cannot be at a microscope 24/7, and I would not be a part of the CDC. I would not do any viruses and stuff to kill people. I can't do that. So what I want to do is just like learn the herbs to help people cure themselves.
Right on.
And all of that during.
So this is for the people who like to have credentials. You know, some of our people. What does she want? Where does she go to school at? How does she know what she's saying is true? So, fact check. So keep going.
I didn't walk. I didn't care for that, and I knew that I had to have master's permission to do stuff. So I went and got that certificate for master's position. Permit. So the wise person is the self-taught person that go outside of the box of what is given. And that is something that my parents, especially my dad, you don't come home without homework. You always have homework. Read something. So that triggered my aspiration in reading.
Wow. So again, people, we're talking to an educated woman who knows what she's talking about. She's done the research, she's done the testing, and she's had proven results with herself and with her clients. And tell the people the page again.
Embracing Gifts from Nature, Shea by Hand, Facebook. Shea, SHEABYHAND at yahoo.com. But go back to the Embracing Gifts from Nature Facebook page to see where I'll be posted up, to see what's going on, to catch the videos that I'm sharing.
So you do videos as well, showing how the products work?
I do herbal talks on Thursdays and Sundays. I'm doing one today for clary sage to educate you all on what clary sage does, and then some more stuff on what you can eat to grow your skin and hair. Right on.
So are your products limited to those of our descent or those of the melanated population?
Oh no.
Okay.
Oh
right.
no, and I'm so thankful.
Right.
Because if it wasn't for people outside of the melanated skin, I wouldn't be where I am today.
Wow.
Because I have more people. I'm more successful at Wesleyan. I have more success with Caucasian people who already know what it is.
Wow.
I don't have to talk too much to them. They know exactly what it is. I want this and this and this. But when I come to my people, I have to educate more. I have to show a little bit more. You guys say that I have sensitive skin and I use Dove.
I'm reading your face right now.
All right. Okay. But I want to give you some stuff about things outside of Dove that will make your skin radiant. So one of my tags is embrace yourself to your radiance, embrace your radiance. I want people to be themselves. It's kind of just like stand in our own lanes. My recipe is not the same as everyone else's. We all are individuals, but embrace who you are and embrace who you're supposed to be. And it's all what these products are about also. Awesome.
Well, you've educated us. Can you give us some price ranges on these things?
Oh, yes. It is
like
everyday product.
How much it costs?
For the everyday people. So I want you guys to be able to afford this. It's $5 to $10.
So we're not asking much. Let's help this young queen grow her business. Let's help her flourish.
Before it's on the counter. Because when it's on the counter,
yeah,
it's going to be...
Okay. Well,
People
hey,
are going to, they're like,
get it while it's hot.
We got to make money off this girl.
Yeah,
I'm like, well, I'm trying to keep it low.
So do you want to expand into, I guess, mainstream corporate world? Okay.
I am. I'm working on a pharmaceutical line using THC for people who going through cancer, hair loss. So I'm working on a pharmaceutical line with my older brother-in-law. It's just all types.
That's dope. That's dope. You know, I can dig it. I respect the hustle. I really do. I'm going.
Dog line. Just shipping out a dog line in Pennsylvania.
That's what's up, man. So how? Explain.
How I got hooked up with that?
Yeah. I'm
One
curious.
of my customers and friends, she transitioned and she's working for a kennel, and this kennel is some old American money, and they have a kennel for show dogs. And she said the owner wants all natural products for the dogs. And so me, I just don't want to just do a regular shampoo. I want something that's going to attenuate the coat. They're show dogs.
That's awesome.
So it has to be different.
So she's thinking outside the box, people. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
So I'm really hyped about that, and I can't wait till Terry get her hands on that next week.
Okay. So this lady has a wealth of knowledge. She has some big things coming. And
just trying to wait for something to.
The platform is always open here at Gold Mine Mondays. And that's what it's all about, uncovering hidden treasures, which I definitely believe you are. You just educated me. I'm sure me amongst a lot of people who probably won't say, especially the fellas. So fellas, I went ahead and I jumped off the ledge for us and said what my issue was. So I'm sure it's somebody out there that can relate. Thank God it's not been bad for me, and you giving me something that can help me fix that. So I really appreciate that. And so again, support Shea by Hand. Support everything she's got going on. She got affordable prices. She helping the puppies. She helping the people. She helping everybody. And it's not just for the melanated population. So I just want to clarify that. Why do you think it is? Last question. Why do you think it is that our people are so uneducated on these natural?
Are not educated.
Right. Because I know I wasn't. I had to start kind of Googling stuff.
We're not educated because it's not a lot at home. And if we don't get it at home, they're definitely not going to say anything like this in public schools. So unfortunately, it's just showing the separation that we have been transitioning in and separating from our elders, in which I would like to reconnect. We all have to be connected. And what our grandmothers, great-grandmothers did is very, very good for us, very beneficial to us still. And I think that's how come I have to educate more black people, because of the lack of education that's at home.
Well, I'm one of those people. I won't say my mom didn't educate me, because she cocoa buttered us to death.
Yeah,
but
in what we knew,
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We're consistent to what we know.
Right.
And unless something comes up or ailment, and there's a option, and then we're open to that too. But outside of that.
Shout out to Mama Slum, by the way. I always give her slack about cocoa buttering me to death. Yeah, man. She cocoa buttered my face to death before school every morning. But yeah, we definitely thank you for coming by.
Thank you for having me.
Any closing words that you have for the people? Anything else that we need to be looking out for? Or?
I will be launching products off in November. More workshops. And I just really appreciate the local support that I have been given and shown thus far.
That gives me another question. For those of my audience who may not be local to the Middle Georgia area, can they order from you online?
Oh, yes. My website will be up. I had to push it up to November. However, when you go onto my Embracing Gifts from Nature page, and any products or whatever you see, you inbox me. I PayPal an invoice. When payment, I ship. I've been shipping in California. I ship in Canada. I had a couple of orders in Jamaica, Montego Bay.
Awesome.
I ship.
Cool.
I ship. I meet you. I ship.
There you have it, people. We're not just talking about, She's based out of the Middle Georgia area, but this is an international thing. So definitely keep supporting Shea by Hand. We're gonna always support you. The platform is definitely open for you. You know, anytime, anything you need, we're gonna help push it off. Thank you for educating me. I'm gonna sign off. You know, I'm Billie Slum. Make sure to follow me on Twitter, IG at Slum World Order, all one word.
And I love the album Underland.
Right on, man.
Yes. Oh, yes, yes. I've been listening to it.
Thank you very much. Shout out Wolf. Shout out Sixfold. Be sure to cop that Underland Electric Roses anywhere you stream music, or you can purchase it directly on billyslum.bandcamp.com. So we're going to sign off. Gold Mine Monies. Until the next time. Peace.